Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, and this is it's going to be another event discussion, but I'm going to make this really short because you all know the deal with the union events basically. So if you haven't seen the basic mechanics of it, just look at a previous discussion video. There's lots of them out there. Like the we had a few union events, like a light one recently. But yeah, the same basics as that. But if you're looking at this right here, some of the characters that you can get from the gacha now is Kamadeva, which is a wind one, a Thunder Naruhotep. I never really knew how to pronounce her name, and then I forgot what element Nephthys is, but you can get a Christmas version of her. And then I do believe you might still have a shot at Christmas Satan and Hermod and them too. So who knows? But anyways, this one's going to be water-based, so your Thunder team's going to have the advantage. So that's something to know. And we do get two different weapons this time. One's going to be Assault and Exceed. And then the other one can final break into Barrage, which is actually pretty good. I suggest you come after this one. But yeah, it's going to end up being a Pride Barrage weapon. So if you had it before, go final break it. But of course you know the story with the Wilms. It's just situational if you use them, at least as a main. If you put them in a sub slot, they're fine, as long as you don't mind the lower stats compared to other stuff. They have like SR rarity stats, but you know the drill with that. And considering that this is a union event, of course you're working with your union in order to get a lot of stuff. There's a lot of different things you can get, like grimoires, you can get dragonic eyes, you can get magic jewels, you can get tons of enhancement materials, specifically grails. And if you're looking to enhance accessories, you can get those too, along with some accessories in here. Because there's a couple of SSR accessories and a couple of SR accessories you can get for water. That's the other thing that makes these events a little bit more worthwhile. And of course you can get a buttload of energy seeds and energy leaves. Get lots of gems, of course. Same typical stuff. Now, of course, you should know how this typically goes. You fight Liliums in order to get Grails, and then you use those Grails in order to face the demon fights. Now, I said this before, but in the case of actually trying to get the most Grails possible, only invite other Union members. That way, everybody that fights will get Grails towards your Union. So, everybody is going to end up getting 4 Grails from that fight. Then you get 4 Grails, and then another Union member gets 4 Grails, and then a third gets 4 Grails. So instead of getting like 4, you got 12. It's easier to build up Grails that way. But oh, it's a wind Nephthys. That says it right there. But yeah, that's the whole thing with Grail grinding. It's somewhat decent, and I have covered what these bosses do in a previous video, but they're very, very status heavy, so actually having some resistance towards that could help, but I still wouldn't go out of your way to put Grails in it. Just get it normally through some Kamihime, or usually your souls could have it too. Like Mordred would be very great for this event. And also the boss has no raging meter, so that's something big to point out. Like, that's one of the few times the boss does not have a raging meter. Instead, they love spamming status effects. You're not even taking damage until you get bursted. So it's more damage over time, basically. If you fought the let's see, the dark version of the catastrophe fights, then yeah, it's more or less that minus a lot less damage. But anyways, like I said, this is going to be a quick overview about this because this is basically it. But you do have to remember, you can get hit with Poison, Drown, Scorch, Petrification, Zombie, a ton of them randomly, and it hits everybody at once. So you might see one person get hit with it, you might see the whole team get hit with it. And then the Loam actually can do some damage to you, but she's more debuffing as well. So you do have to have some debuff resistance in these fights. Keep that in mind. It seems the Loam doesn't have a rage meter either. So they both out with just one charge, period. So when it comes to normal attacks, you're pretty much not going to see them too often. This is more based for resistances. So honestly, if you want to, you can actually replace HP with the status grails. That's an idea. Because max HP is not really needed too much. So keep that in mind for the demon battle. The only time you're really going to get hit is with the overdrive, which is when their dots get full, and it takes a long time for it to charge up. So you put Mordred in the fight, it's going to make it even longer. So again, Mordred is actually a very good soul to have for this. But yeah, that's more or less the whole basics of that. And like I said, this is probably the first free barrage we've gotten, so you definitely want to go after that. It's an axe, but it looks like a scythe. Actually, they call it a special sword, so how is it a glaive? Either way, go after that weapon. You also would want the bow, too, if you're trying to make a water burst team, which is possible. I mean, there might be better Kamihime for it, but the ones that actually do help in a burst setup would happen to be, Sarasvati, who I've actually used in the previous video if you've seen that, because it was a Tower of Malice video, and surprisingly EA. Like, EA's only good usefulness is for bursting, so surprisingly you can get some mileage out of those two. But anyways, that's all for this event. Like I said, just grind the crap out of this. There's a lot of good stuff in it. Not to mention, you can get ranking boosts too, which is even more grails and magic jewels and dragonic eye shards. These are the events that will hand you the most dragonic eye shards out of anything else. But you have to rank high in order to get that many of them. Now, I'm not saying that you should just go ham and just spam it all day, because only really dedicated people with no sleep can do that. But what I am saying is, do it as best as you can, and you might be pleasantly surprised. But anyways, that's all for this. And yeah, no, I have a crap ton of tabs up there. I really don't care. But there is one interesting tab right here that I've been looking into. It's a new game called Unity X, or Unity X. It's weird how they pronounce it. If you've seen previous videos of me playing Rebless, which is a game that I love but closed down, Unity X is kind of reminding me of what Rebless was when I looked at it. So I may have found a replacement. So that's something very interesting to know. But anyways, that's all for this video. Might be more unit event battles coming up pretty soon for some videos. I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired of making those, if you really want to be honest, but I'll still run this one because it's a different type of demon battle, basically. But you're definitely going to see more Tower of Malice, because honestly, that last video I posted, which should be before this one, I will not use any more water characters. Water has run its welcome a little bit too much, because the grid is way too weak now. I actually had to break out my SSR characters. I said screw it, because I'm going to a different element. So from floors 11 onward, yes, I made it to floor 11. I'm not using water. I'm just breaking out my best elements, period. Which is going to be fire for the first two, and I'm breaking out light for the last three. So that's something to know. But anyways, that's all for this video, guys. Take care.